Welcome back. It's been a while. Did you miss me? Two weeks ago, I went to Lausanne to attend the Swiss Robotics Day, and I kinda expected sci-fi humanoids everywhere. But what I got was way more interesting. A real look at where robotics is right now. I loved it. Let's break it down. There are basically three groups that attended the Swiss Robotics Day. First, we have the component manufacturers, the companies that quietly power half the robotics in the building. Second, we have the robotics companies that actually have paying customers right now. And thirdly, we have the exploration zone, early stage startups and research labs showing what the next 5 to 10 years might look like. Alright, let's start with the foundations. Picks and shovels. These are the companies that don't make the flashy robots. They make the parts inside of the flashy robots. And honestly, they're the reason Swiss Robotics is so strong. First up, maxon. If you open up a surgical robot, satellite hinge, a humanoid hand, or literally half the research projects at the event, there's probably a maxon motor somewhere inside. They just make the tiny, insanely precise motors that everyone else relies on. On the other side of motion, you've got Güdel. These guys build linear axes and robot gantries. So if a robot needs to move something across a factory floor with high precision, that's where they come in. One of their huge robotic arms is set up at my university inside ETH's robotic fabrication lab. Beckhoff was also there with a cool demo. 2 floating magnetic platforms that they were controlling in real time with their industrial PCs. And that's basically what they do. They build the hardware and software that a lot of robots run on. Micron is all about extremely high precision automated assembly. Think medical devices, microcomponents, intricate mechanisms with crazy tolerances. Feilhaber plays in the same league as Maxon, just smaller. Ultra compact micromotors. They had a cool demo of 3 linear actuators moving a mirror into a desired position. The real adults of robotics. So let's start with the actual grown-ups in the room. These are the companies actually deploying robots today. Real customers, real revenue, real industrial problems. Let's start with an obvious one, Anybotics, the robot dog company similar to Boston Dynamics. I've gotten the chance to meet one of the founders and CEO, Peter Frankhauser, on multiple occasions, and he talked about the fascinating story of how Anybotics came to be a 200-person company from just a small research lab at ETH. The robot, thinly named Animal, is made for places that humans don't really want to go to. Oil and gas plants, mines, power stations. Technically, the robot is also pretty cool. Model predictive control for locomotion, sensor fusion with LiDAR and thermal cameras, autonomous stair climbing, and ruggedized hardware. It sees, it listens, and it shares data about the plant as it walks around. And the business case is pretty simple too. Replace dangerous, repetitive inspection jobs with a robot. Next up, 7sense. These guys are solving one of robotics' more boring, but also more important problems, robots getting lost. If your forklift or mobile robot loses track of where it is, everything breaks. 7sense gives robot legit vision. Multi-camera AI SLAM that builds maps, updates them, avoids obstacles, all in real time. The best part? The systems are already in warehouses today. Real forklifts, real deployments. Eco Robotics is the oh yeah, this is a real product moment. The CEO also held a panel speech at the beginning of the Robotics Day about the ecological impacts that robotics can have. They built a machine that uses AI and cameras to spot individual weeds while it's being towed behind a tractor at up to 30 kilometers an hour. It takes hundreds of images per second, classifies plants, and microdoses only the weeds. That means 70 to 90% less herbicides, which means better fields, lower costs for their consumer. The last one I'm going to talk about in this field is Hexagon. They're building humanoids currently. Aeon is designed to do simple, boring, absolutely essential factory tasks. Press buttons, carry components, operate machinery that wasn't designed for robots. One example they gave me is scanning an assembly with a LiDAR scanner. The reason they use the humanoid form is due to the limited space they have on the factory floor and tools designed for humans. They have 2 wheels as feet and can therefore sidestep for additional stability. Now, they're starting to deploy humanoids in their own factory, which makes them customer zero and helps them with data acquisition and adjustments. Alright, now for the fun part, the frontier. The part of the Swiss Robotics Day where you walk around and go, okay, this is either the future or it's an incredibly cool tech demo. Maybe both. One of the most interesting frontier companies I talked to was ICA. Their whole pitch is giving robots adaptive skills. They're using reinforcement learning and force feedback to let robots learn assembly tasks that normally require humans feel. Press fits, gear insertions, surface finishing, all the stuff that industrial robots aren't good at. The demos are also very impressive. Robots adjusting force in real time, searching for alignment, adapting to part variability, all within their own custom software. Learning base control in an industrial setting is quite difficult, but you can see the vision, so let's see where it goes. Neura is trying to make robots more aware. Robots that can see you, hear you, estimate what you're doing, and react safely. Their arm demo was pretty basic. A robot takes something from a human and tosses it into a bin. It's playful now, but the long-term goal is service robots that actually understand human behavior. Very cool tech, just needs more time to develop. Another one in the exploration zone was Güdel Robotics, a Swiss startup tackling a very specific problem: how to inspect and maintain infrastructure up high without people. Their drone goes beyond flying around. It basically sucks onto buildings and hard-to-reach surfaces using a suction cup, then performs tasks like drilling, sensor installation, core sampling, tasks that traditionally were done by humans on scaffolding or lifts. And of course, there was a research corner. Actually, most of the booths were some part research. ETH and EPFL research groups, early stage prototypes, spin-offs just trying to find their customers. I saw climbing robots, swimming robots, dual arm setups doing delicate manipulations, medical robots helping humans to walk again, and arms spinning continuous carbon fiber. All super creative, even if most of them aren't products that you can buy yet. Some of these systems don't have a business model, and some might never even get there. This is the stuff that suddenly becomes essential when the market catches up or the product gets cheaper and more reliable. So after talking to a ton of people, here's my read on where robotics actually is. Some categories are very advanced: navigation, industrial inspection. Some are on the edge: humanoids, dexterous manipulation, and some are still research wrapped in optimism. And that's okay, it's 2025. The real winners pick the right problems. The companies doing the best aren't the ones with the most futuristic and fancy robots. They're the ones solving the clearest pain points right now. Robots that save time, save money, and reduce risk. Everything else is a maybe. If there's one thing that really stood out, the people. Ridiculously smart hardware engineers, AI researchers, founders, operators. Even at the booths where I wasn't sure about the business case, the engineering was super impressive. So yeah, Swiss Robotics Day wasn't just cool robots. It was a snapshot of the whole field, where things are mature, where they're emerging, and where they're still being figured out. And honestly, watching that evolution happen in real time is half the fun of being a robotics student right now. If you want a deeper dive on any specific company or tech, let me know. And if you've watched this far, please like the video and comment below. Cheers!